Hey guys, it's Hollywood Studios here, and welcome to another edition of Public's Thoughts. Today, instead of Jersey Devil like the first video, we'll be talking about El Toro. So, if you haven't seen the Jersey Devil video in this series, let me explain the way this video works. So basically, I put out on all my social media pages that I am looking for people to participate in the video. When those people inquire about the video, I give them the script to follow, and they have to say if they think the ride is better than they were initially expecting, or underrated, as good as they were originally expecting, or fairly rated, or not as good as they were expecting, or overrated. So that's how I have this video sorted into those three categories. And first off, we're going to look at people who thought El Toro was as good as they were expecting, or that it met their expectations.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm looking for WNY coasters, and El Toro was about as good as I expected it to be. El Toro still has one of the wildest rides you can get on any roller coaster in the world with its insane ejector airtime. Now, the one thing that did disappoint me about El Toro and held it back from exceeding my expectations is the roughness and lack of re-rideability that El Toro has. But other than that, El Toro is nearly a perfect roller coaster, and I love it.
Hello, my name is Alex from Exceller Coasters on Instagram. El Toro is awesome. I love that ride. Has a lot of good airtime and everything, and yeah, just a great ride.
Hey, I'm Michael from Blue Diamond Coasters, and I personally think that this little guy right here, El Toro, is as good as I expected, because what I expected it to be is one of the greatest coasters of all time, and it is one of the greatest coasters of all time. It's one of the coasters that really made me what I am as an enthusiast. I love the airtime. The drop at the back row is one of my favorite back row rides ever. The Rolling Thunder Hill I always have a blast with. It would be a little rough, but it's El Toro. It's what it is, and I'm really sad that it's kind of been closed pretty much for most of the year, but you bet when they announce when it's reopening, I'll be right back on it. Back row, baby.
Hi, my name is John GoBirds2390 on Instagram, and my expectations of El Toro are as good as expected, and my reasoning for it is because I love the back of the train where you get the most whip, and including the final end, the drop in where all the helixes are, and that's my reasoning on it.
Hello, I'm Mark, and this is Natalie. We're both from M&N Amusements. We want to give you our review of El Toro, which we rode back in April of this year. That coaster pretty much delivered what we expected. The first drop, the airtime ejector hills, the Rolling Thunder Hill into the rapid fire turns. What more could you ask from an amazing wooden coaster? This is one that definitely is in a class of its own, and it kind of ranks up there with some other ones that we consider favorites. Yeah, it was just a great coaster altogether, so we hope to get back on it again.
Hello, my name is Ronan from Theme Park Empire on Instagram, and I think El Toro definitely lives up to its expectations. Not only is it one of the smoothest wooden roller coasters I've ever experienced, but it also has an amazing layout with barely any dead spots. The strong airtime hills on this ride offer some of the strongest sustained ejector moments I've ever experienced. The ride's floater hills make you feel like you're going ridiculously fast as you rip through the ride's support structure. Even the turnarounds and twister section at the end of the ride offer surprisingly strong positive G-forces. El Toro comfortably sits in my top 5 coasters and is easily one of the world's best woodies.
Hi guys, this is Mulan from Instagram account Dr. Hershey PhD. El Toro is one of my favorite roller coasters of all time. The ride didn't exceed my expectations, but it met them. My expectations were sky high, and it was impossible to meet, but the ride did it. The ride met my expectations. The first drop is so good, the double camelback so good, turnaround so good, the twisty section so good, Rolling Thunder Hill so good. Yeah, it met my sky high expectations, which I thought was impossible. And then if I have one nitpick, it's actually not a con at all, is that my GP friends don't really like it. just because it's a wooden coaster. So I can only marathon it by myself if I'm not going with an enthusiast friend.
Hello, my name is Ian from Amusement Park Experience. So I think that El Toro is as good as expected because it has lots of time. It's very intense, and the lifter is very fast, and the brake one isn't as sudden of a deceleration as I thought it was for a coaster that goes nearly 75 miles an hour.
Now, moving on, we have the people who thought El Toro was not as good as they were expecting, and here they are. Oh wait, that's right. Nobody thought El Toro was not as good as they were expecting. So, next we have people that thought El Toro was better than they were originally expecting, or that it exceeded their expectations.
Hello, Ace here. When I first got on El Toro, it was better than expected. I expected at first, when I looked at it being built, that was going to be a regular wooden coaster like most of the coasters across the country. However, it was a special coaster. Still to this day, I think it's a special coaster. One of my favorites.
Hi guys, it's Ryan. Instagram is r_friend, better known as Mr. Toro. El Toro definitely was better than I ever expected when I first rode it. Still to this day, it's an amazing ride, and it's easily one of the best rides in the park. 1,230 rides later, it still holds up.
Hi, my name is Brian. I'm from Red Bank, New Jersey, and I think El Toro is amazing. It's got one of the most insane first drops of any coaster. The layout is just full of ejector airtime and intensity from start to finish. It's easily the best coaster in the park. It's one of the greatest coasters I've ever been on, and I can't wait till it reopens so I can ride it again. Hopefully, it's running better than ever.
My name's Tom from Toms_Tracks99 on Instagram. El Toro is still better than expected for me, even though we haven't had many chances to ride it this season. Even after Jersey Devil opening, El Toro I think is still my favorite in the park. It is a must-ride back row ride for me. Great airtime moments, and that back half has great laterals too. I think that it's still one of my favorite rides overall, and definitely still my favorite at Six Flags Great Adventure.
Hi, my name is Jack from Theme Park Pigs 55 on Instagram, and I think El Toro is better than I expected. First went on it like 3 years ago, and it still blows me away to this day. The drop, all the airtime, every part of it, really.
What's going on, everybody? I'm James from the Coaster Complex, and when I first rode El Toro all these years ago, it exceeded my expectations. I first rode it back in 2008, and it was just automatically, it became one of my favorite coasters. And I believe it's my second favorite wooden coaster I've ridden, only behind Lightning Rod. But El Toro is a fantastic ride. It exceeded my expectations, and if you have not ridden it yet, get out to Great Adventure and ride it. It is worth your time. It's fantastic. You'll love it.
Hey, this is Brian, a coaster enthusiast. I think El Toro is better than expected. I rode it first back in 06 when it opened. I did not expect anything to beat King of Ka, but this did. The smoothness and the airtime is amazing. The best element is the hill that goes over Rolling Thunder. The whole time you are thrown out of your seat against the lap bar. The back row or the last car is really the only way to ride this. It's a must ride at the park. And still to this day, it is #1 for me at the park, even though it's starting to show his age and still getting a little rough.
My name is Matt from Toro Chronicle, and I think El Toro is better than I always expected. I've ridden this a bunch of times this season, and my last rides were on June 24th, 2021. The airtime is fantastic, so are the twists and turns, but not as rough, and I prefer to sit in the non-wheel seats toward the back. But row 1 is an exception for me, as it doesn't try to break my spine. I miss riding this amazing intimate prefab Woody, and hope to ride it again someday.
What is going on, guys? It is Bella from Teacup Thrills, and I wanted to share my opinion about El Toro. Toro is such a great ride. It is currently my #1 at that park. It's not my #1 overall, but it's my #1 at the park. So I became an enthusiast very late in my lifetime. And that credit for me was like #5. So for our Toro being like my 5th credit, it definitely exceeded his expectations.
Hi, my name is Jose from Jose Hate Page on Instagram, And I think El Toro is better than expected because it is smooth and it's pretty much has a perfect layout. It has no pacing issues, and it's some of the most aggressive airtime you can get on a roller coaster. A lot of people like to say that the middle part is a dead spot. I personally don't really agree because even that little speed hill that you go through gives you really good like floater. And I just think the coaster is pretty good. You have good restraints, smooth, aggressive, great airtime. What more can you ask for?
Hi, this is Mac from Top Gun Installs, and I think El Toro exceeded my expectations by a mile. It is one of the best coasters I've ever ridden. It is ranked as my number 3 behind Steel Vengeance and Fury. Still, El Toro is an amazing coaster, and my first ride on it was a night ride in the back row. And let me just say, that thing blew me away. The airtime on it is insane.
Hi, my name is Liam the Crab on Instagram, and I think El Toro is better than expected. It has the best of everything with some out-of-this-world ejector, some nice graceful floater, and a really fun low-to-the-ground twister section with really fun, really nice transitions, and there's great positive G-forces all in between. So yeah, it has the best of everything. The only thing it's really missing is like a really snappy inversion, but it's a wooden coaster, so I don't care, and it's my current number 1.
My name is Brian Gray at Philly. I think El Toro is beyond my expectations. It is a great ride, and it is definitely worth riding at night and overall. That's my thoughts.
My name is Caden. My Instagram is kk.coasters, and El Toro is outstanding. Is my number 1 personally. I love it. This is the best ride at the park. Great ride. My favorite part of the entire ride, Rolling Thunder Hill. I literally I love that element so much. It's something. It's an experience you could only have on El Toro. El Toro is the best. It's the best ride ever.
Hi, my name's Zach, and I thought El Toro was better than I was expecting. I rode in the back row, of course, and I thought the airtime was going to be good, but I did not expect to get flung out of my seat as much as I did. It's really unfortunate that it's closed right now, because I would love to get some more of that. But yeah, great ride. Highly recommend it.
Hi, my name is Alex from South Jersey Amusements, and I think that El Toro was a lot better than I expected. I love this ride so much. Like, it gives some of the best airtime I've ever experienced on a coaster. It's just so insane. Like, that first drop is just so good. And those 2 camelbacks give really good flow ejector. And that Rolling Thunder Hill, oh my god. One of the best ejector airtime moments ever, I think. Like, this ride rips through its layout going at 70 miles per hour, and it's just a total blast. I love this ride to bits. It's my number 2 coaster, and I can't praise it enough.
Hi, my name is Joey from Joe the Coast Fan, and I think El Toro is a really great ride. First of all, when I first got on this beast, I never expected this ride to be so good. I immediately had to put this on my number 1 because of how fast and intense Toro is. I really love that drop and those ejector airtime hills. It's got some really great airtime. What will always be my most favorite part of the ride is the turns after the Rolling Thunder Hill. It was a very intense roller coaster experience I've ever had on a wooden coaster. But Toro, it was my first Woody though. And I have to say that this will always be my number 1 roller coaster at Great Adventure.
Hi, I'm Phil from Collywood Studios, aka Filthy NJ. I rode El Toro way back when it first opened, and I couldn't believe it. It was way better than I ever expected or imagined, and it still holds up very well today.
And that's everyone. I want to thank all 25 plus of you that submitted videos for this video. I really do appreciate everyone's support and participation. And of course, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I plan on releasing more episodes of this series as long as there's still demand for it. So definitely stay tuned for more videos coming soon to Collywood Studios, and I'll see you guys next time.